After Rebirth, my end becomes a face-swiping game. 1. In the 11th year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai sat on a high-rise building in ruins, her fingers swiped through the air, and the system prompt flashed, "Congratulations to the host. The gold finger system has reached its maximum level, and rewards are about to be distributed." Her eyes lit up, and she geared up, finally. This gift pack will definitely explode and be easy to use. However, the next second, her eyes went dark, and when she opened her eyes again, she was standing on the street at the beginning of the end of the world. However, her body shrank to the size of a 5-year-old little bean. "System? What do you say? You go to sleep first." Xia Wangzai looked at the prompt box floating in the air frantically, and her knees were about to break. The system floated calmly, "Don't worry about the host, if you work hard to upgrade, you will slowly recover your original body." Xia Wangzai scolded 800 times in her heart, but she could only silently accept the reality and bounce towards the first zombie. 2. At the age of 5, she waved the broken wooden stick in her hand and faced the first roaring zombie. Drip, experience +1. Hey? That's it. I worked hard for 3 seconds and it was just a little bit. Xia Wangzai scratched her head and silently calculated in her heart, a zombie is 1 point, saving a person is 10 points, so it seems. Humans are more fragrant? She had just dodged a wave of attacks when a faint cry for help came from the distance. The little figure rushed over quickly and saw a handsome young man with a pale face and moving in a wheelchair surrounded by zombies. After saving him, the system jumped out, experience +1000. Xia Wangzai raised her eyebrows. I realized that this is indeed a world of looking at faces. 3. After being reborn, Xia Wangzai began to plan her own face upgrade route. She patrols the ruins, gathering resources while killing zombies, and every time she rescues the weak, she gains many times more experience than killing zombies. Okay, since this world looks at faces, then let me brush my face value to explode. During a search and rescue, she encountered a mother and son who were besieged. As a 5-year-old little bean, she wielded a wooden stick to avoid zombie bites and rescued them with the limited resources in her hands. Drip, experience +5000. Xia Wangzai couldn't help but snicker, it's exactly what I want. 4. And the handsome young man, named Lin Fanchen, was weak but had resolute eyes. He was lying in an abandoned warehouse with a hoarse voice, "You. Is it the god who came to save me?" Xia Wangzai squatted down and said in a low voice, "Well, I am your little god, remember, I don't allow you to be eaten by zombies." Lin Fanchen looked at her bouncing appearance, and warmth welled up in his heart. Although the gods are a little smaller, it seems to be really reliable. From then on, he decided that even if he was framed before being reborn, he would always follow this little god. 5. Xia Wangzai brushed the task and gradually established her own small force in the apocalypse. The more people she saved, the higher the level, and her body gradually regained some proportions. But every time she was reborn, her size shrank, which made enemies and teammates laugh. "Watch me jump up and kick off this zombie's head directly." She waved a wooden stick and accidentally tripped herself, but accidentally trampled 2 zombies to death. The system floated calmly, "Host, your operation can be called a genius level." Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes, "You are a genius, have you seen me fall like this?" 6. In the 12th year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai encountered an even bigger problem, a group of survivors surrounded by zombies. She glided through the ruins with her small body, leading everyone through the dead city. For each person saved, the experience points are much higher than those of zombies alone. I don't just brush my face, I brush my humanity. Xia Wangzai smiled secretly. Lin Fanchen was sitting in a wheelchair, panting slightly, but his eyes were full of trust in her. "Don't worry, I'll follow you." Xia Wangzai nodded slightly, "Okay, wait until I brush myself back to its original size." 7. One day, she received a difficult task, rescuing a scientific research team trapped in a zombie den. Mission marker, highest difficulty, drops epic resources. Xia Wangzai's eyes lit up, "I like this kind of task the most." She rode a homemade scooter, deftly shuttled through the ruins, and rescued the scientific research team one by one. The system pops up a prompt, experience +20,000, reward prop, Doomsday Almighty Toolbox. Xia Wangzai clenched her hands into fists, "This time, I can finally create the perfect equipment." 8. In the 13th year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai's level was close to its limit. She began to lead the team to clean up large zombie dens and enter the danger zone. Although Lin Fanchen was weak, he firmly sat in a wheelchair to accompany him, "As long as you are here, I am not afraid of anything." Xia Wangzai waved all kinds of strange props in the toolbox, fighting zombies while rescuing trapped people. As soon as the experience points were refreshed, her body proportions slowly returned to their original size, but the prodigy aura on top of her head was still a little cute. 9. In the 14th year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai encountered a team of villains. They specialized in framing the weak and throwing Lin Fanchen and others into the zombie horde. They thought they could beat you back to your original form. Xia Wangzai sneered. She rode a scooter and quickly crossed the battlefield to rescue Lin Fanchen from danger. Drip, EXP plus 30,000. Lin Fanchen looked at her heroic little figure and silently decided in his heart, I will always be loyal to you, and you are not allowed to leave me behind. 10. In the end of the world after rebirth, for Xia Wangzai, the most interesting part is the rules of the face-brushing world. Saving people, fighting zombies, and collecting resources, every operation makes her level, resources, and equipment explode. She used humor, courage, and wisdom to turn the ruins into her own playground, and by the way, she spoiled Lin Fanchen very much. The end of the world? Brushing your face? System? All obediently give me, I, Xia Wangzai, want to brush to the full level today. 11. In the 15th year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai's level was close to its limit, but on this day she encountered an unprecedented dilemma. A giant zombie group blocked the entire street, numbering in the hundreds, and at a faster speed than usual. She squatted in the corner of the ruins, carefully observing the movement trajectory of each zombie, her fingers sliding through the air, and silently muttering in her heart, don't panic, slowly calculate their rhythm to ensure that the experience points are maximized. She suddenly noticed that there were several vulnerable survivors trapped on the other side of the street, and they were obviously unable to break through the zombie horde on their own. Xia Wangzai's heart moved, she slid down the small scooter she was pushing and rushed over quickly. The little god is here. Don't be afraid, I'll rescue you first. She shouted as she swept the zombies with a homemade electric baton, and the electric fire was splashed, and every hit was accompanied by drip, EXP plus 100. After she rescued the first survivor, the system popped up a large text prompt, experience points plus 5,000, rescue mission bonus. Xia Wangzai clapped her hands happily, look, this is the advantage of brushing your face, if you look good, it is valuable, no, it is valuable to save people. She quickly analyzed the streets, arranged the survivors behind the ruins bunkers, and herself induced the zombies on the front line, using her small body to shuttle deftly, and every dodge was as accurate as dancing. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair, watching her heroically shuttle between the zombies, her eyes flashing with surprise and admiration. She, obviously a small body, but it can control the overall situation. After Xia Wangzai saved the last person, she glanced back, and saw Lin Fanchen smiling and nodding, and suddenly warmth welled up in her heart, and she grinned, don't worry, the gods never drop the chain. 12. After the streets were cleared, Xia Wangzai began to calculate her records, and the system interface in her hand flashed with various data. Killing a zombie costs 1 point, saving a person is 5,000 points. Wait, my god, saving people is more than 100 times more valuable than fighting monsters. She couldn't help but whisper. She decided to completely adjust her next strategy to the save people face experience mode. On this day, she took Lin Fanchen and several survivors deep into the abandoned shopping mall and found that there were still several injured survivors trapped inside. Xia Wangzai jumped on the cabinet, swooped down from a high place, and accurately hit the zombie's head with an electric baton. Each blow was accompanied by drop, experience plus 100, and the survivors exclaimed, God, you are too powerful. While saving people, she secretly thought to herself, these high-experience survivors. Subdue first, and then slowly brush up on skills, you may be able to cultivate the team's ace members. Lin Fanchen looked at her skillfully and flexibly, and couldn't help but feel his heart beat faster, and said softly, you. It's incredible. Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes, oh, if you praise me again, I will be shy. Sit down and don't shake around, I have to take you on a safe route. 13. Just as she was about to retreat with the survivors, a group of evolved zombies suddenly rushed out of the staircase, 3 times faster than ordinary zombies, and could let out piercing screams, as if sensing Xia Wangzai's presence. Xia Wangzai's eyes lit up, and she thought, this is a high-level monster. Experience points will definitely explode. She dodged agilely, using the stair handrail to slide, swinging the electric baton in her hand like a dance, and hitting every blow with precision. Although Lin Fanchen was weak, he still remained calm and reminded the survivors, follow the rhythm of the gods, don't run around. The survivors followed Xia Wangzai, although they were afraid, but gradually adapted to the rhythm of her operation. In the end, Xia Wangzai repelled the evolved zombies alone, and the system prompted, experience points plus 10,000, drop the advanced resource pack, doomsday enhancement materials. She couldn't help but hold the system prompt box, okay. My face value and strength have soared at the same time. 14. After resting, Xia Wangzai took Lin Fanchen and the survivors back to the top floor of the abandoned building. She looked at the ruined city in the distance, the sky was dark, and the air was filled with the unique stench of the end times. This world. It's so big, but I definitely want to make it my playground. She clenched her fists and was full of determination. Lin Fanchen leaned on the wheelchair and watched her sort out her equipment while using the small scooter to quickly test the power of each prop, her eyes shining with warmth. God! You really can do anything, he said softly. Xia Wangzai waved her hand. Oh, it's a bit exaggerated to be omnipotent, I'm just born with a high face value, and my experience is faster than others. Her words had a tongue-in-cheek tone, but Lin Fanchen knew that every word she said was true. She supported the entire team of survivors with her wisdom, courage, and small stature. 15. In the evening, Xia Wangzai began to analyze the map of the end of the world and plan the next day's mission. She discovers that in a nearby abandoned hospital, there is a trapped scientific team armed with high-tech weapons that may fight zombies. This kind of task, the experience points will definitely explode, and you can also get artifact-level materials. She geared up and began to plan how to break through the zombie defense line with a 5-year-old body. Lin Fanchen gently held her little hand. God, be careful, I will accompany you. Xia Wangzai's smile was brighter than the sun. Don't worry, with me here, they can't touch half of your finger. She tested the speed of the scooter and the attack range of the electric baton in advance, and rehearsed the rescue route overnight, so precise that every action could maximize the gain of experience points. 16. The next day, Xia Wangzai led Lin Fanchen and the survivor team to the abandoned hospital. The door was closed, and the zombies were wandering around her. She squatted down and carefully observed the movement line, calculating the patrol time of each zombie. Clear the guards here first, and then save people to maximize experience points. She thought silently in her heart. The small scooter glided rapidly through the gaps in the ruins, its figure as flexible as the wind, and every blow was accompanied by a drop, experience plus 200 as the electric baton swung. Lin Fanchen followed closely, and although his physical strength was limited, every time he gave guidance, Xia Wangzai successfully avoided danger. After she rescued a scientific researcher, the system prompted, experience points plus 15,000, obtain advanced biochemical materials. Xia Wangzai couldn't help but smirk while holding the prompt box. Haha, this is my talent for brushing faces, and the efficiency is explosive. 17. The interior of the hospital was filled with thick fog and the smell of decay, and there were occasional low roars from the surrounding shadows. Xia Wangzai led the team forward slowly, the electric baton in her hand flashed with cold light, and every swing brought electric fire. The survivors nervously grabbed her little hand, and Xia Wangzai comforted her. Don't be afraid, I'm in front of you, it's safe to take my route. When she rescued the second batch of researchers, she encountered an evolved zombie that was extremely fast and could even jump half a room. Xia Wangzai dodged flexibly, used the scooter to accelerate and sprint, and kicked the zombie out of the corridor with a beautiful somersault. The system pops up a prompt, experience points plus 20,000, drop the apocalyptic artifact, enhanced electric baton. She held the electric baton and smiled like a child on her face. My face brushing life is so cool. 18. After rescuing the researchers, Xia Wangzai built a temporary defensive position on the top floor of the hospital. She uses the collected wooden planks, metal pieces, and reinforced electric batons to form a simple guardrail to keep the team safe. Lin Fanchen leaned on the wheelchair and looked at her busy figure, her eyes full of worship. Little god, really too strong. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who told me to brush my face quickly? Saving you is just an upgrade by the way. At night, she lay on the defensive position, flipped through the system task list, and calculated tomorrow's face brushing route. She thought to herself, as long as the level is high enough and the body recovers, I can lead the team to the entire apocalypse and brush all the resources. 19. In the 16th year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai's team suffered its first large-scale zombie attack. Hundreds of zombies came from all directions, their voices were harsh, and the air was filled with fishy and rancid smells. As a child, she jumped to a high place and used her scooter to shuttle between floors to lure zombies into traps. Every attack is a precise hit, and every rescue of a survivor brings a lot of experience. Although Lin Fanchen was unable to move, he sat in a wheelchair and directed the survivors to avoid danger, and they gradually adapted to Xia Wangzai's operating rhythm. In the end, Xia Wangzai used a combination of homemade explosives and scooters to successfully repel the entire group of zombies. System prompt, experience points plus 50,000, drop the Apocalypse Super Resource Pack. She hugged the prompt box and laughed so hard that tears were about to come out. I brushed my face so much that even zombies were afraid of me. 20. After the battle, the team rested, and Xia Wangzai began to train the team. She has designed various survival courses for survivors to learn to avoid zombies and use simple weapons and traps. Lin Fanchen was on the side to assist, although he was weak, but every detail of the guidance was precise and in place. Xia Wangzai watched the team gradually grow, and secretly rejoiced, my face brushing team is getting stronger and stronger. At night, she took out the high-grade materials given by the system and created a set of mini protective equipment to make her small body more flexible and safer. The end of the world is not afraid of being small, but what is afraid is that there is no technology. She said softly. The electric baton in her hand flashed blue lightning, like her most loyal friend. 21. The next day, Xia Wangzai led the team to explore the edge of the city and found an underground passage occupied by zombies. The mission experience here must be explosive. Her eyes lit up, and she jumped on the scooter and sped forward. The underground passage is dark and narrow, but she moves agility, and every time she saves a survivor, her experience points are surprisingly high. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair and grabbed her little hand nervously. God, slow down, don't get hurt. Xia Wangzai smiled and waved her hand. Don't worry, the gods are the strongest, how could I be beaten? After she rescued the last trapped researcher, the system prompted, experience points plus 30,000, drop the mysterious potion of the end times. She danced, I brushed my face to the sky. 22. After the underground passage was cleared, Xia Wangzai led the team back to the high-rise building and began to sort out the supplies. She settled the rescued people, distributed food and medicine, and crafted improvised weapons and defensive items. Lin Fanchen looked at her busy figure, his eyes soft. God. You are really stronger than I thought. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? I not only brush my face, but also my strength. At night, she lay on a protective position, thinking about tomorrow's mission, exploring the core of the city to find more high XP survivors and rare resources for the apocalypse. When I brush the level to the fullest, and then restore my body to its original state, I want everyone in this world to remember how strong the little god is. 23. In the 17th year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai led the team deep into the core area of the city. It was full of ruins, high-rise buildings were broken, and the streets were full of zombie carrion. She jumped on the scooter and deftly shuttled between the ruins, accurately knocking down the zombies with every swing of the electric baton, and the system prompt kept ringing, experience plus 200. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair, holding Xia Wangzai's little hand tightly, and his voice was low. God, be careful. The zombies here are faster than before. Xia Wangzai grinned. Don't worry, my mother has been brushing her face for many years, and she has long been accustomed to speed zombies. Under her leadership, the team successfully rescued a group of trapped citizens, and the system popped up a prompt, experience points plus 20,000, reward advanced resource box. She held the prompt box and couldn't help but say to Lin Fanchen, look, saving people is the right way to brush your face. 24. The nights in the city's core were particularly gloomy, with moonlight obscured by broken buildings and debris and blood everywhere on the ground. Xia Wangzai led the patrol and gained a lot of experience points for each person she saved. She crouched down to check the survivors' injuries and skillfully used advanced medical materials to help everyone recover quickly. Lin Fanchen looked at her busy figure and couldn't help but reach out and hold her little hand. God, you. Truly omnipotent. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Oh, I'm just brushing my face smoothly. 25. At dawn, Xia Wangzai received a new task from the system, to challenge the huge zombie lair on the top floor of the city. Mission marker, extremely difficult, drop rare artifacts. She was gearing up, and the scooter and electric baton in her hand were already ready. The team followed, and although Lin Fanchen could not move, his eyes were full of trust. The entrance to the nest was sealed by heavy steel plates, and zombies were densely blocked at the door. Xia Wangzai took a deep breath, stepped on the scooter, and used the speed and terrain to shuttle flexibly, bringing drop, experience plus 300 every time she knocked down a zombie. She nimbly dodged the jumping zombies while shouting, attention squad, keep up with my rhythm. In the end, she successfully led the team to break through the nest, and the system prompted, experience points plus 50,000, obtain the apocalyptic artifact, the second generation of enhanced electric batons. 26. The inside of the nest was rancid and pungent, the air was thick, and the roar of zombies echoed throughout the space. Xia Wangzai was agile and shuttled between the wreckage, and every attack accurately hit the zombies' vital points, followed by the survivors. Although Lin Fanchen was in a wheelchair, he used a flashlight to guide the direction and help Xia Wangzai avoid the trap. After she rescued the last group of scientific researchers, the system popped up a prompt, experience points plus 30,000, reward advanced biochemical materials of the end times. Xia Wangzai laughed while holding the system prompt box, my face brushing life has been fully upgraded. 27. After the nest was cleared, Xia Wangzai led the team back to the temporary defense position. She uses the resources she collects to reinforce the guardrails and set traps to ensure safety at night. Lin Fanchen watched her busy and said softly, God, you are really amazing. Xia Wangzai smiled and curled her lips, who told me that I am a genius in the face-brushing world. She lay on the protective position, looking through the system task list, secretly calculating in her heart, tomorrow's goal is to abandon the military base, which is said to contain top-notch equipment. When I finish my level and restore my body, I will turn the entire apocalypse into my playing field. 28. In the 18th year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai led the team to explore the abandoned military base. Surrounded by zombies outside the base, she can see the flaws at a glance and calculate the best route. She jumped on a scooter, dodged high-speed zombies with agility, and wielded an electric baton in her hand like a dance, bringing experience points with each hit. System prompt, experience points plus 50,000, drop rare equipment in the end of the world. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair and held her little hand tightly. God, be careful. Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes. Don't worry, I brush my face faster than anyone else. 29. The military base is dark inside, with survivors trapped in dilapidated rooms. Xia Wangzai shuttled agility, holding an electric baton to knock down the zombies and rescue the trapped people. Every time she saved someone, her experience points were amazingly high, and she smiled secretly in her heart. Sure enough, looking at your face is the most fragrant in the world. Although Lin Fanchen was weak, his eyes were resolute. If I follow the gods, I am not afraid of any danger. 30. At night, Xia Wangzai sorted out the materials in the base and trained the survivors in groups. She teaches them to use simple weapons, lay traps, and improve their survivability. Lin Fanchen assisted, and every guidance detail was accurately in place. Xia Wangzai watched the team gradually grow, secretly happy in her heart. My face-brushing team is getting stronger and stronger. 31. In the 19th year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai led the team into the deepest part of the city, a high-end residential area ravaged by war and zombies. The buildings here are dense, the streets are winding, the wreckage is crisscrossed, and the air is filled with the smell of decay and gunpowder. She squatted in a corner of the ruins, observing the movement trajectory of the zombie group, sliding her fingers in the air to calculate the best attack rhythm. Small scooter plus electric baton equals perfect face-brushing formula. Lin Fanchen was sitting in a wheelchair, although weak, but his eyes were calm. He held Xia Wangzai's little hand tightly. God, I believe in you. Xia Wangzai patted the back of his hand, and a smile appeared on the corner of her mouth. Don't worry, with me here, none of you will have an accident. She rushed towards the zombie group, shuttled dexterously, knocking down one after another with the swing of the electric baton, and the system prompt kept popping up. Experience plus 200, save people experience plus 5,000. The survivors followed closely behind and gradually learned the rhythm of her movements, some using broken wooden sticks, some using iron rods to match traps, and even helping her block zombies. Xia Wangzai jumped onto the roof, swooped down from a high place, and accurately knocked down several high-speed zombies. The system pops up, experience points plus 30,000, drop the apocalyptic artifact, enhanced electric baton for 3 generations. She jumped up with the prompt box, laughing so hard that tears almost came out. This is the genius operation of the face-brushing world. Underscore 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 un. 32. Deep in the residential area, Xia Wangzai found a high-end apartment with survivors trapped, and evolved zombies hidden in the blood-stained stairwell. She took a deep breath, stepped on the scooter, and used her speed and bounce to dodge zombie attacks. Each hit was accompanied by experience point prompts, plus 300. The survivors watched her with her small body, killing zombies with miraculous accuracy. Lin Fanchen reminded softly, be careful on the right side. There are also 2 jumping types. Xia Wangzai glared at him, but smiled secretly in her heart. Sure enough, you reminded me that the safety factor has improved a lot. In the end, she successfully rescued everyone, and the system prompted, experience points plus 50,000, rewarding the top biochemical materials of the apocalypse. She held the prompt box and somersaulted. This is the way to brush your face. Saving people is 100 times more fun than fighting monsters. Underscore 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 un. 33. After the residential area was cleared, Xia Wangzai led the team back to the temporary camp. She used the collected metal pieces and wooden planks to strengthen the defensive position, set traps, and resist zombie attacks at night. Lin Fanchen looked at her busy figure, and her eyes overflowed with tenderness. God, you are really... It's too powerful. Xia Wangzai smiled and curled her lips. Powerful? Oh, don't forget, I'm just brushing my face smoothly. At night, she lay on the protective position, looking through the system task list and calculating tomorrow's action route. The target is a military-industrial warehouse on the edge of the city, which is said to contain advanced weapons and a lot of resources. The face-brushing route must be perfect. Underscore 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 un. 34. In the 20th year, Xia Wangzai led the team into the military warehouse. The surrounding zombies are densely populated, and there are high-speed mutants, so she carefully observed the patrol patterns of each one before entering and calculated the best breakthrough point. Look at me, small scooter and electric baton, perfect shuttle formula. She muttered in her heart. The survivors followed, gradually learning the rhythm of her movements, and every attack was precise and effective. Although Lin Fanchen was weak, he used a flashlight to guide her to avoid the trap. His eyes were full of trust. God, you. It will definitely work. Xia Wangzai smiled brightly, with me here, no one can hurt you. In the end, she successfully cleared the warehouse, and the system prompted, experience points plus 60,000, drop the top weapon of the end of the world, thunder gun. She hugged the prompt box and spun and jumped, brushing your face, life is so cool. Underscore 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 un. 35. In the military warehouse, she sorted out the supplies, placed the rescued people, and distributed food, weapons, and medicine. Xia Wangzai also taught survivors to set up a simple defense system to improve their survivability. Lin Fanchen assisted, every guidance detail was accurately in place. He looked at her small body flexibly shuttling, his eyes full of tenderness. God. You are truly invincible. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? I am a top expert in the face brushing industry. At night, she lay on the defensive position, recalling the past, brushing her face, saving people and upgrading, and smiled secretly in her heart. When my level is full and my body returns to its original state, I will turn this world into my playground. Underscore 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 un. 36. The zombie hordes on the edge of the city became more and more ferocious, and Xia Wangzai led the team to investigate and found a group of trapped scientific researchers. She used scooters and electric batons to shuttle flexibly to induce zombies into traps, and every time she rescued a researcher, her experience points exploded. Lin Fanchen directed the survivors to cooperate in a wheelchair, although he was weak, but his eyes were firm. Follow the gods, we are all safe. Xia Wangzai jumped up holding the prompt box, brushing your face, life is so cool. Underscore 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 un. 37. After the researchers evacuated safely, Xia Wangzai began to sort out the newly obtained apocalyptic resources to create advanced weapons and armor. She adjusted the team's combat strategy and designed a more efficient face brushing route to maximize the benefits of every rescue. Lin Fanchen looked at her busy, his eyes shining. God. You really can do anything. Xia Wangzai smiled. Who said that the little god is weak? Look at your face and brush your face, I am the king. Underscore 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 un. 38. At night, an unusually low roar came from the ruined city. Xia Wangzai led the team to investigate and found a group of mutant zombies gathering, extremely fast and intelligent. She crouched down to observe, accurately calculated the order of attacks, and used scooters and electric batons to deftly shuttle, hitting every attack with precision. System prompt, experience plus 70,000, drop the apocalyptic artifact, thunder staff. Although Lin Fanchen was weak, his eyes were resolute, and he clenched his little hand. God, I believe in you. Xia Wangzai smiled and rolled her eyes. Don't worry, I brush my face faster than anyone else. Underscore 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 un. 39. After the mutant zombies were cleared, Xia Wangzai led the team to build a defensive position and set traps. She teaches survivors to use simple weapons, set up alarm systems, and improve their survivability. Lin Fanchen assisted by his side, every detail was precise and in place. He looked at her small body shuttling flexibly, his eyes overflowing with tenderness. God, you are really too strong. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? I am a top expert in the face brushing industry. 40. In the 21st year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai received a system prompt, a new mission, to explore the secret laboratory in the core of the city. The missions are extremely difficult but rewarding. She geared up and led the team to get ready to go. This time, you must brush the explosive experience points and get the best artifact. She said excitedly as she checked each survivor's gear. The entrance to the laboratory was blocked by a heavy steel door, and a large number of mutant zombies gathered around. Xia Wangzai squatted down to observe and used the terrain to calculate the optimal route. Scooter shuttle plus electric baton range attack equals perfect face brushing formula. As soon as she jumped, the electric baton flashed blue light, continuously knocking down the zombies in front of her, and each hit brought a system prompt sound. Experience points plus 500. Lin Fanchen was sitting in a wheelchair. Although weak, he held Xia Wangzai's little hand tightly. God, I believe in you. Xia Wangzai shook his hand back and smiled brightly. Don't worry, with me, none of you will have an accident. She deftly shuttled between the ruins, took the survivors to the safe zone, and rescued every scientific researcher, and the system jumped out with a large text prompt. Experience points plus 60,000. Drop the top artifact of the end of the world, biochemical gloves. After entering the laboratory, she found a large amount of dangerous substances and unknown mutant organisms remaining inside. She swept the control panel with biochemical gloves, and her small figure operated with great precision, earning additional experience points for each successful operation. Lin Fanchen looked at her operation with a surprised expression. God, you. It's incredible. Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes. Who said that the little god is weak? Brush your face and skills, I am the king. Underscore 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 un. 41. In the depths of the laboratory, Xia Wangzai found a sealed room containing a fast mutating zombie. This monster's experience points must be explosive. Her eyes lit up, she held a biochemical glove in her hand, and quickly analyzed the rhythm of her attack. The squad followed closely behind. Lin Fanchen gave action suggestions in the wheelchair. There is a trap on the left, be careful to dodge. Xia Wangzai cleverly used the speed of the scooter to lead the survivors to dodge traps and introduce the mutant zombies into the control area. She jumped onto the high platform and accurately unleashed the electromagnetic attack of her biochemical gloves to subdue the zombies. System prompt, experience points plus 100,000, drop the best artifact, Doomsday Biochemical Core. The survivors exclaimed, God, you are too strong. Xia Wangzai hugged the prompt box and smiled from ear to ear. Look, this is the top operation in the face brushing industry. Underscore 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 un. 42. After cleaning up the mutant zombies, Xia Wangzai began to sort out the laboratory resources. She distributes high-grade materials to her squad members, each of whom can craft corresponding equipment and improve survival efficiency. Lin Fanchen looked at her small body moving around flexibly, her eyes full of tenderness. God, you are really omnipotent. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? My face brushing skills are top-notch. At night, she sat by the window on the top floor of the laboratory, looking through the system task list and calculating tomorrow's route. The target is the most dangerous abandoned subway station in the city, which is said to harbor rare resources and powerful mutants from the end of the world. She clenched her biochemical gloves and smiled secretly in her heart. When I brush up the level and restore my body, I will turn this world into my playground. Underscore 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 un. 43. The next day, Xia Wangzai led the team to the abandoned subway station. The subway passage was narrow, full of collapses and the smell of decay, and the zombie hordes gathered at extremely fast speed. She squatted down to observe the flow and calculated the best route, scooter and biochemical gloves and trap, perfect combination of brushing face. Every attack is a precise hit, and every rescue brings high experience points. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair and clasped her little hand. God, pay attention to the jumping zombie on the right. Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes. Don't worry, I brush my face faster than anyone else. The team followed her rhythm, gradually learned to act quickly, and finally successfully cleared the subway station. The system prompted, experience points plus 80,000, reward the rare weapon of the apocalypse, Thor pistol. Underscore 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 un. 44. After the subway station was cleared, Xia Wangzai led the team to establish a defensive position nearby. She uses the resources she collects to craft improvised guardrails, traps, and alarm systems to improve her night defenses. Lin Fanchen assisted, although he was weak, but his eyes were firm. God, you are really too powerful. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? Brushing my face and brushing skills, I am the king. At night, she lay on the defensive position, carefully sorting out the task list and calculating tomorrow's face brushing route. The target is an abandoned commercial area that is said to harbor a large number of high survivors and top-notch resources. She held biochemical gloves in her hand and silently thought in her heart, who can stop me in my face brushing life? Underscore 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 un. 45. In the abandoned commercial area, Xia Wangzai led the team to shuttle between the wreckage of high-rise buildings, flexibly avoiding zombie attacks. She used biochemical gloves to shock zombies and save trapped survivors, and the system prompted, experience points plus 90,000, rewarding advanced biochemical materials for the end of the world. Lin Fanchen sat in a wheelchair, surprised and admiring. God, you. Truly invincible. Xia Wangzai rolled her eyes. Who said that the little god is weak? Brush your face and save people, I am the king. At night, she led the team to organize supplies, distribute equipment, and teach survivors how to set up simple defense systems. She watched the team gradually grow, secretly happy in her heart. My face brushing team is getting stronger and stronger. Underscore 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 un. 46. In the depths of the abandoned commercial area, Xia Wangzai found a group of mutant zombies gathering, extremely fast and intelligent. She crouched down to observe, calculated the order of attacks, and used her scooter and biochemical gloves to deftly shuttle, hitting each attack with precision. Lin Fanchen guided beside him. There is a trap on the left, be careful. In the end, she successfully cleaned up the mutant zombies, and the system prompted, experience points plus 100,000, drop the apocalyptic artifact, Thunder Staff 2 generation. Underscore 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 un. 47. After cleaning up, Xia Wangzai led the team to establish a defensive position and protect the safety of the survivors at night. She teaches everyone how to use weapons, set traps, and guide team cooperation to improve survival efficiency. Lin Fanchen assisted, although he was weak, but his eyes were resolute. God, you are really omnipotent. Xia Wangzai curled her lips. Who said that the little god is weak? Brushing your face and saving people, I'm the best. Underscore 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 un. 48. In the 22nd year of the apocalypse, Xia Wangzai received a system prompt, advanced task, explore the upper sky garden of the city. It is said that the garden contains a large number of high-experienced survivors and rare resources, but at the same time, a large number of high-level mutant zombies are gathered. She geared up and led the team to get ready to go. This time, I will brush my face to the full level. Lin Fanchen clenched his little hand and said in a low voice, God, I believe in you. Xia Wangzai was the first to enter the hanging garden, using a scooter to shuttle between the broken overpasses, alternating between electric batons and biochemical gloves to attack zombies. The survivors follow suit, gradually mastering her rhythm, gaining a significant amount of experience points with each rescue. In the end, she successfully rescued all the survivors, and the system prompted, experience points plus 120,000, reward the top artifact of the end of the world, Thunder Armor. Underscore 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 un. 49. After the Sky Garden was cleaned, Xia Wangzai led the team to sort out resources and build equipment. She assigns high-level weapons and armor to survivors, allowing the squad to improve its combat effectiveness across the board. Lin Fanchen looked at her flexibly shuttle, her eyes were tender. God, you are really too powerful. Xia Wangzai smiled brightly, brush your face and save people, I am invincible. At night, she sat on the high platform of the garden, overlooking the entire city, and smiled secretly in her heart. When I reach my full level and recover my body, I will turn the entire end of the world into my playground. Underscore 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 un. 50. Final chapter. In the 23rd year of the end of the world, Xia Wangzai reached the highest level of the system, and her body completely returned to its original appearance. She leads the squad to the highest point of the city, overlooking the entire ruined world. Swipe your face and save people, I finally completed all the tasks. She said loudly, and the system prompted, the host reaches the top level, and the reward is a full set of invincible artifacts in the end of the world. Lin Fanchen sat beside her, clasped his little hands, and his eyes were firm. God, I will always be loyal to you, and you are not allowed to leave me behind. Xia Wangzai gently stroked his face, don't worry, we will never be separated. She raised the thunder staff in her hand, flashing blue light. The apocalyptic world was reborn because of her. The ruins turned into her playground, and the survivors cheered in unison. The god who brushed his face finally became a legend of the entire apocalypse.